Hi folks, and thanks for joining me. For those of you that follow the B.R.O.A.D online, you already know that I travel the country and live in what I affectionately call the Hillbilly Hilton. It is a 7x12 V-nose cargo trailer that my dad, my son, and I converted so that I could live in it and haul my motorcycle around the country. I've got water, electric, refrigerator, ability to cook, and a bed. It's very simplistic, and of course it's called the Hillbilly Hilton for a reason, because we are by no means RV engineers. Recently at a motorcycle event, I found Startz Customs. These toy haulers are customized and they are so wicked cool. I'm going to introduce you shortly to Keith Stringfield, owner of Startz Customs, and give you a little tour of his smallest 7x12 custom toy hauler. Okay, so this is Keith that I was telling you guys about. Keith owns Startz Custom Cargo Trailers. Keith, can you start first of all by telling us how you got the vision for this and where the experience is that helped you come up with this idea?
Sure, Ursula, I'd be happy to. Well, I'm an RV technician by trade, and I also sold RVs for 10 years. So I've got a little over 20 years experience in the RV industry. After researching with the thought of towing a toy hauler with a V6 SUV and finding nothing out there that had full amenities in it, I decided, well, let me see about building my own. With experience of refurbishing and renovating existing RVs, just building one kind of came to mind. So I started out with a cargo trailer just because it's stronger, not because it was necessarily cheaper to do it that way, but it's stronger and I knew it was going to last 15, 20 years. So I searched around and bought what I felt was the best cargo trailer. It's 16-inch on center, floor, sidewalls, and ceiling, all rectangular tubes of steel, aluminum exterior siding that's screwed on. Very strong, very durable basis to start on. Then I put all the best plumbing materials, electrical materials, and all the components inside of it are the best that I can get my hands on.
Terrific. And you're willing to give us a tour, yeah?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Well, the first thing people notice when they come in is usually the bed. They ask how big it is, and it is a queen-size bed, a residential queen, 60 by 80 inches. So just like what you would have at your house. Then you also have a kitchen area. It's only 3 feet in width, but to cram everything into a little 7x12 trailer, I had to kind of minimize. But you do have a 4.3 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer. You do have an induction cooktop. That's one of the available options. Some overhead cabinet space, which I actually have about 5 different choices of wood trim and different inserts available for it too. But the thing that really stands out to a lot of people is the fact that this has a full bathroom.
Yeah, this is what I'm excited about because my little Hillbilly Hilton doesn't have any such thing.
There's a full toilet, a RV-style foot pedal flush toilet. And it also has a sink, and the whole thing is a shower. You just simply remove the toilet tissue and the carpet, and as long as the trailer is level, all the water will drain into what's called a sump pan underneath that marble slab there. On all the ones I've built since then, there is just a regular looking drain. So I have changed that since this one, but people ask me where this drains. So
now, you're not a really huge dude, but could you stand in there and
Sure.
give us a visual of the space?
I'm 5'10", 240 pounds. So you've got 6'3" of interior height, which I can actually build them even taller. And the actual dimensions of the bathroom are 5 feet 5 inches wide by 3 feet 1 inch deep. There is also a closet in here too. It's 3 feet wide. So you got plenty of hanging clothes space. There is a tall space about a foot wide and then 2 feet of just regular shirt height. And usually a lot of times I'll put some clothes on the bottom here, but my freshwater tank is underneath there, and there is access to drain it if you do need to drain it.
And that's 20 gallons of fresh,
20
right?
gallons of fresh water in here. This one also has 20 gallons of gray water and 7 gallons of sewage. It's plenty for a couple for 3 nights, or I just got back from bike week and I made it 6 nights by myself, no problem. It was a 10-night event, so I had to discharge what's called a sewage truck comes around and discharges it for a fee at events like that. Most of the time you're going to be hooked up at a campground, and you really don't need to worry about how much your holding tanks will hold, but it does have that. There's also a little dinette table, and there's even a stool option so that if you don't want to sit side by side on the bed, so you're usually just going to sit on the edge of the bed, but if you need to sit across from each other, there is an option for a stool. Microwave oven, just a typical small little microwave oven, but this has everything that the big toy haulers have in it, but she only weighs about 2,600 pounds, depending on how I've got it optioned out. And of course, you know, it wouldn't be a toy hauler if it couldn't haul your motorcycle or your toys.
Absolutely. Where's the bike go, Keith?
Where's the bike go? The bed folds up and it latches into place. Notice under the bed you have 4 baskets for folded clothing or linens, so I do give you a spot for that as well too. Then this rear door swings open, and there's a wheel chock underneath this little carpet that just simply pops up. You do have a tie-down point over here, that just an eyelet that just screws into the floor. There's a backing plate with a nut welded onto it so that it gives plenty of support. Another one goes right there in the center of the door. You do have 2 tie-down points in the back. This particular one's 46 inches wide. All the production ones that I've built since this are about 51 inches wide. So any 2-wheel production bike will fit in here. Where the wheel chock is located at right here, you can still access the bathroom even when the bike is in here. Now if you do have a chopper or something, I can relocate the wheel chock further forward 16 inches. It just interferes with the door when the bike's in here.
Understood. And I just want to real quick show that the air conditioner is back here.
Right.
But Keith, you're going to show us about the utilities, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Let me go close this down and we'll go out and do have a custom-made awning on this one as well too. I can put a standard RV awning on it if somebody likes, but this one's made out of, the awning is made out of fiberglass rods and parachute material. So it's extremely strong and durable, and it can handle about a 40-mile-an-hour wind with no problems at all, whereas most RV awnings, they're telling you to bring them in once they reach about 20 miles an hour. So again, a fiberglass rod. You know, if I were to do this with a typical RV awning, I would have broke or bent or permanently, you know, damaged the aluminum rod that holds this up. There's no down poles. There's no stakes needed. If it does get windy, I usually do what's called a paracord material onto it to keep it from billowing up. It's installed on the edges using industrial strength Velcro. And like you said, the utility area. We're back here in the back corner. There's the discharge over in the corner for your gray and sewage tanks. It's just your typical style, RV style discharge point. There's an access hatch on the side that you just unscrew to connect your sewer hose to. Tankless water heater. It's on demand. It is extremely hot. You actually have to, you know, make sure you've got it set right, or you could really scald yourself. You guys get that warm. Air conditioner does exhaust out, and even when the ramp door is closed, that's what all those holes are there for, and there's vents on the other side that allow the door to be closed while the air is on. You don't have to leave the door open. And I do even have a drain tube for the condensation. You can actually see I'm getting a puddle of condensation under the trailer right now. I do have leveling jacks on this as well. There's a water inlet. It's a 30-amp marine style power cord that connects the trailer to your RV campground. There is insulation in the wall, R7 in the walls and the ceiling. It's closed cell foam insulation. It's the best insulation used. The plumbing is all PEX plumbing materials. Again, the best plumbing materials I could get my hands on. Just, you know, everything about this build was to keep it really, really lightweight and keep the quality very, very high.
And what about, now I know because you showed me before, we've got over here is where you connect your electric, and then
Correct.
Didn't you say on the production models you now have the water is on the outside?
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's basically right about here on this trailer. This one's mine. It's up underneath the trailer so you don't actually see it.
Okay.
You do have exhaust fans for the kitchen and the bathroom. That's this upper one here.
Oh, I didn't see that before.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the exhaust fan, and this one here on the lower one is for the heat from the refrigerator, but again, I have changed that on all the ones I've built since this one.
Okay.
That's no longer there. It's actually on the floor itself, so you don't actually see it.
Okay.
Custom wheels are available. I have about 10 different options. Custom graphics. I mean, the graphics choices are pretty much endless. I can build you a black trailer with orange awning, which is pretty popular for a lot of the Harley people. You know, it's totally a custom build.
Okay. And now, you don't do just the 7x12s, right?
Oh no, I do. I could do a 20-footer, which will hold 2 bikes easily. I could do a 30-footer. If you brought me a 53-foot long semi-trailer, I could build a custom interior on that for you as well too. So,
okay.
No,
and almost everything you do is strictly custom, right?
Strictly
and you also do RV renovations for people.
I do RV renovations and repairs still. I currently am renovating a 1962 Airstream that's been in my shop for a little while that I've been doing a renovation on. So,
awesome.
And I still do that. I actually have quite a few people still lined up for that. So.
Okay. And what's your website, Keith?
It's Startz, S-T-A-R-T-Z, custom, CUSTOMS.com.
Beautiful. Hey, Keith, I want to thank you so much for your time. I think this is wicked cool. Wow. There you have it, folks. the Startz Custom Toy Haulers. No matter what your machine, no matter what your desire, Keith at Startz Customs can build a toy hauler just for you. I want to thank Keith once again, and it was my pleasure to meet him and to take a tour of his 2.1 Incognito. I want to remind everybody that the B.R.O.A.D and Babe Riding Out a Dream are registered trademarks and not available for use or copy.